What if I told you that the person you've become isn't really you? Not the whole you. Not the you who used to laugh so hard milk came out of your nose, or who believed you could talk to animals, or who felt the world was made of magic. That version of you isn't gone. They're just buried under years of shoulds, can'ts, and stories you didn't even realize you agreed to. Stories like, I'm not enough. Love is conditional. Happiness is for other people. Welcome to wise intuition. Today, we're not just rewriting those stories. We're handing them back to the past with gratitude and reclaiming the truth of who you've always been. Here's the truth. Your past isn't here to punish you. It's here to teach you. But when we cling to the lessons we learned in survival mode, lessons from a younger version of ourselves who didn't know better, we end up building a prison out of old bricks. Today, we start passing those bricks back. Florence Scovel Shinn once wrote, "Your word is your wand." What she meant was this: the stories we repeat about ourselves, even silently in the corners of our minds, shape our reality. But here's what no one tells you. Most of those stories, they weren't even ours to begin with. Think about it. When you were 6 years old and spilled juice on the carpet, did someone sigh and say, "You're so careless"? When you brought home a B+ instead of an A, did someone say, "You could do better"? These moments seem small, but to a child, they're commandments. They become the subconscious scripts that whisper, "You're flawed. You're a disappointment. You have to hustle for worthiness." And here's the kicker. Even if your past wasn't traumatic, even if you had loving parents, good grades, a fine life, you still absorbed beliefs from a world that rewards achievement over authenticity. A world that taught you to confuse your value with your output. Now, if you're here, I know you've tried to fix this. You've read the books. Maybe you've scribbled affirmations in journals, lit candles, chanted mantras. And I'm not here to dismiss any of that. But let me ask you, did you ever feel like you were just rearranging the furniture in a house that's on fire? Neville Goddard said, "Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled." Powerful words. But here's where we get stuck. You can't assume a new feeling if you're still believing the old story. If deep down you think you're unworthy of that wish. It's like wearing a crown but still feel like a peasant. The crown is just a prop. Knowledge isn't the enemy. But when we use it to bypass the real work, the work of rewriting those subconscious scripts, it becomes a trap. A never-ending loop of, "I'll fix myself when," instead of, "What if I'm already whole?" When I was 7 years old, I'd ride my bike through my neighborhood every morning. I didn't have a care in the world. Not about taxes or deadlines or whether I was enough. I'd pedal fast, feeling the wind on my face, and suddenly, I'd smell it. The smell of orange blossoms, sweet, bright, almost alive with magic. I called it the smell of heaven. But here's what's wild. That version of me, the one who felt heaven in a single breath, never left. She's still here. But over the years, I buried her under layers of shoulds and what ifs. I told myself, grow up, get serious. Happiness is for kids. Sound familiar? We all have a smell of heaven memory, a moment when we felt utterly unselfconsciously alive, before the world told us who to be. And that memory isn't just nostalgia, it's a clue, a flicker of your true essence, the part of you that's divine, immortal, unshaken by the stories the world sold you. Let's pause a moment. I want you to think back, way back, to a moment when you felt free in your body. Not free from something, but free in something. Maybe it was dancing in the rain, or building a fort out of couch cushions, or lying in the grass staring at clouds, convinced you could see dragons in the shapes. Do you remember how that felt? Not in your mind, but in your bones. The kind of joy that didn't need a reason, a plan, or a permission slip. For me, it was those mornings on my bike, chasing the smell of orange blossoms. I didn't call it mindfulness or self-care. I didn't need to. I was just alive, fully alive. And somewhere along the way, we traded that aliveness for a checklist. Happiness became something to achieve, a promotion, a relationship, a body, a lifestyle. We let the world convince us that joy is complicated, that it's a puzzle to solve, not a truth to remember. But here's the secret. Children don't pursue happiness. They inhale it. They are it. And that's why a child's laughter hits us in the chest. It's a tuning fork for our souls, reminding us of the frequency we've been ignoring. We've been numbed by a society that profits from our disconnection. They sell us wellness while silencing our wonder. They call us mature when we stop believing in magic. But what if that magic never left? What if it's still here, buried under layers of should and can't? Neville Goddard taught that imagination is our gateway to God. Well, imagination isn't just about visualizing a new future. It's about reclaiming the truth of who you were before the world told you to be small, before you learned to doubt your own joy. So let's try something. Close your eyes. I want you to imagine yourself as that child, the one who knew how to play, to laugh, to trust life without hesitation. What are they doing? Are they climbing trees, drawing unicorns, making up songs? Now, step into them. Let their laughter vibrate in your throat. Let their curiosity color your thoughts. For just 10 seconds, let yourself be them again. That feeling? That's not nostalgia. That's your essence, your divine, immortal self, saying, I'm still here. I never left. So, let's get practical. I want you to think of one belief you're ready to pass back to the past. Maybe it's, I'm too much, I'm unlovable, or I have to be perfect. Got it? Now ask yourself, where did I learn this? Who handed me this story? Don't judge them. Don't judge yourself. Just thank that old story for protecting you once. Then say, I release you. I am not who I was. Now here's where Neville's wisdom comes alive. Close your eyes. Imagine a version of you who's already free of that belief. How do they stand? How do they breathe? What do they feel in their body? Step into that feeling. Let it wash over you. This isn't manifesting a new car or a promotion. This is manifesting a new self, one who knows deep in their bones that the past is just a prologue, not the plot. Society loves to sell us complexity. It says happiness is a puzzle with 1,000 pieces. Buy this course, follow this guru, perfect this routine. But here's the truth. Happiness isn't a mountain to climb. It's a room to return to. A room you've always had the key to. Think about it. When you're stressed, do you ever say, I just need to get back to myself? That's your soul knocking. It's saying, remember the orange blossoms. Remember the constellations. Remember when you knew you were magic. But instead of listening, we double down. We turn healing into another hustle, another set of rules, another way to judge ourselves for failing. Florence Scovel Shinn said, there is no labor so hard as waiting. But we've been waiting for permission to feel joy, waiting for the right time, the right body, the right life. Meanwhile, the orange blossoms are right here, in your dog's goofy grin, in the song that makes you dance in traffic, in the stupid joke that makes you snort laugh. Happiness isn't a thing, it's a state we've been trained to abandon. So let's stop chasing it. Let's invite it back. Okay, now your homework. Let's call it the 5-second reclamation, a practice for rebelling against numbness. For the next week, steal 5 seconds a day. Just 5 seconds. In those 5 seconds, I want you to do one thing that makes you feel like that untamed child. Maybe it's spinning in circles until you're dizzy, making a silly face at yourself in the mirror, eating dessert first for once, humming a song you loved when you were 12. Don't post it. Don't make it productive. Just let your body remember what joy feels like. Because every time you do this, you're sending a message to your subconscious. I am safe to feel. I am allowed to take up space. This isn't about adding another task to your day. It's about rebellion against a world that wants you numb, productive, and doubting your worth. And slowly, brick by brick, that prison of old stories starts to crumble. The world doesn't need more perfected, polished versions of you. It needs the messy, unapologetic orange blossom version. The one who reminds others, oh yeah, this is what being alive feels like. But maybe you're thinking, I've tried this. I've done the inner child meditations, the journaling, the therapy, and I'm still stuck. Here's the secret. You're not stuck. You're just ready. Ready to stop searching for happiness and start recognizing it. What's your smell of heaven? Let it guide you home. A heartfelt thank you to everyone who has supported my new channel. Your likes, shares, comments, and subscriptions mean the world to me and help this channel grow. If you've shared my content with someone or taken the time to engage, I'm deeply grateful for your kindness and support. Let's continue this journey together. Your support fuels my passion to create and share more.